it should never come out of somebody's mouth.
No.
Like, how dare he even think he can say it not just once but twice?
Hey, I'm Praise.
And I'm Nicole.
And we're the hosts of the Good Sense Podcast.
Hey family, we're back with the Good Sense Podcast. It's your girl Nicole here and Praise, and we have a special guest.
Koshi!
Hello!
Is it special if I come for the second time?
Yes, you're still special. We're so excited that, first of all, you even agreed to come. Okay?
Always.
And talk about the topic that we're going to talk about because it's a bit touchy. But we are excited to have another voice. We love bringing our friends on the podcast because you guys get to kind of get insight into the conversations we have behind the scenes when no one is recording, right? So we are excited to have you. We're excited for your opinion. For your input, and I'm sure you guys are going to benefit so much from this. So today, if you read the title, our topic is about body image. I heard it go quiet. Crickets. Crickets. So I'm just going to start off by asking, what is body image to you guys?
I think body image is just basically how you see yourself. From head to toe, just on the outside. When you look at yourself, what do you see? What do you think? What do you feel? What's your probably is getting a little further along, which is what's your relationship to your own body?
Yeah.
That's what I think body image is.
I love that. That's a good one. Praise.
I'm going to get a little bit technical with this one. For me, I think body image is how definitely you see yourself. The way you feel about the way you look. The thoughts and beliefs you have about the way you look. Or about your body, and then the things that you do in relation to the way you think about the way you look.
So it's all it sounds like all a cycle.
It's a whole cycle. Yes, body image is like
there's names for it, right? Because I think we read the same article.
Yes. So 4 aspects of body image are perceptual, which is the way you see yourself, and then the second aspect is affective, which is the way you feel about the way you look. And the third one, cognitive, the thoughts and beliefs you feel about your body. And the last one, behavioral, the thoughts you do in relation to the way you look. Yeah.
I hope y'all are taking notes because these are definitely some important notes to have and to even think about. I think it leads me to my next question is, what do you think affects body image in our daily life? For example, I would say the media.
Oh yeah, social media. It does. And I think body image is affected from early on. You just don't start feeling uncomfortable in your body. When you're a teen. From a very young age, you're still trying to make sense of your body. And I think the worst time to try and make sense of your body is when you're going through adolescence. That's just an awkward time. The acne, everything sprouting out, weird things that you're finding out, and you're like, is this my body?
Right.
What is this? But before adolescence, I think also your family environment influences your body image. What you hear your parents saying about people's bodies. You could have a mom that every time you eat something, she wants to cut back on your plate. She goes like, don't get too much.
Nutrition.
Or African aunties who always comment on your body. Go away for 2 seconds and
African aunties.
You come back and
I'm just
kidding. So
we love y'all.
Yeah.
We love y'all. I will sorry to cut you off, but I do have an experience with aunties or just outside voices outside of my immediate family, and I think that was the first time that I really felt like there was something wrong with me, because I think we come from a culture that celebrates wide bodies, like before BBLs, before, you know, this culture of being.
We've been doing this since Adam and Eve.
Since forever, okay? Some of us is natural. I'm saying us, but it wasn't me for a long time.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I was skinny, and I used to eat. Anyone around me will tell you I used to eat, but my metabolism was so fast, it just would not stay on me.
Right.
And so I would always feel judged, even just like going to like family gatherings or any gathering, and like people are like checking your plate. Oh, that's all you're eating? That's, you know, like making comments about your body and whatever. And I think that was honestly my first time where I was like, why can't I gain weight? Why is my body a certain way?
Interesting.
Whereas when I was young, because I used to be a tomboy, so I wasn't really too much into my appearance when I was younger. I was very much about just having fun and like, you know, living my life. But at some point, as a female, I'll say the female experience, there's some point where you kind of have to look at yourself and look at your body, and you start comparing with other people your age. Even like you said, you get to puberty, you reach your period, other people start developing, you know, up top. Those noticeable things that it's like, okay, I haven't reached that stage yet, or you know, she has hips, or you know, like even just, let's be honest, when you're in your adolescence or you're going through junior high, you start wondering why boys like certain people and they don't like you. I was about to say the same thing.
People would develop faster, get more attention from the opposite
and you're
side.
always just the friend. You're always just the homie.
So you end up questioning, oh my God, what is wrong with me?
Yeah, what is wrong with me?
Yeah.
I have a question. And okay, so for you, I know you're more on the slimmer side of things. And I know growing up and up to now, I'm bigger. So when I hear or see someone who is smaller saying, okay, I went through A, B, C, and D with my body image and I wanted to be a blank. I remember we used to live with someone who was similar to your body shape. And I'd always be like, why do you want to change your body? Does that irritate you when people say that? Because we're looking at you and we're like, oh my God, you're perfect. You're like, you know, the perfect size. But then you're like, no, I still want to. Does it make you like frustrated sometimes? Because
it definitely
you're on the other side of this usual spectrum.
I feel like skinny people problems are invalidated.
They're so invalidated.
So sorry, guys.
Listen, I feel like, anyways, I was born in 97. Okay, I'm just going to give my age away. So the 2000s, the early 2000s, the slim body was in, right? But now I'm an adult in 2021. This will be 2022 when y'all watch this. Now I'm an adult where bigger bodies are in, and even modifying your body to be a certain build is in. So what was once perceived as the it body and the it girl is no longer
it anymore.
But was that so it's based on what's in?
I feel like it's based on what's in, because the media tells us, even if we don't want to admit it, the things that we see on a daily basis inform our thoughts and our decisions. If I'm always seeing a girl who is, you know, got junk in the trunk, is, you know, figure 8, hourglass figure. If I'm always seeing that as the ideal girl in the music videos, social media,
every day,
the girlfriends that celebrities pick. Then I'm gonna think that that's what everybody wants. But that's not necessarily the case.
The women that are like celebrated for their beauty because they look a certain way. Look at, not to come for this woman because I kind of like her, off my back, people. Kim Kardashian, how her body is celebrated, but it's modified.
So then, okay, what's the standard then? Because are we celebrating what someone is, or it looks like we now just celebrate? We don't celebrate the natural anymore.
It's rarely celebrated.
It's rarely celebrated.
It doesn't sell anymore.
No.
Have you seen even how most female rappers the way their bodies look.
Yeah.
It's like they have to be hypersexual to thrive in that industry.
Or you start seeing like an evolution. Like when they first came out, they might be looking a little bit more like me.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And then all of a sudden,
Next thing.
homegirl's got hips, and you know she's
suspicious.
yeah. But it's pressure. It ultimately boils down to pressure of wanting to be that girl that the guys will want, and that girl that the guys would be like, I want to listen to her music, and she's beautiful because she has this type of body and she has this type of build. But I think I honestly had to get to a point, because for me, I'll be honest with you guys, transparency moment, I did not ever want to show my full body on Instagram.
Really?
Like, because in my head, you're judging me, you're judging my size, you're judging my clothing, you're judging, you know, my hip to waist ratio, so I had to actively start following people who were my body type.
Right.
And then
She's got a skinny people page.
No, because
it's so important.
I got to a
representation.
point where, because I was doing it,
Yeah.
at some point I was like, oh dang, she looks cute in that outfit. I would look cute in that outfit. I can post myself in that outfit.
And then when you wear it, it's not hitting the same.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I get
whereas
it.
like
I
if I'm
get it.
comparing to someone who doesn't necessarily look like me, the
Right.
chances of me wanting to now change to be that person
Right.
are
'Cause you
higher.
Right, because you want that thing to fit that thing.
You
way.
want a thing to fit the
I get
same.
that.
So it was a way of controlling your social media, just to like
Yeah.
appreciate yourself, just to keep your mind in
like
line
that.
with,
That's
okay,
dope.
this is what I look like, this is realistic, and this relates to me. I get it.
Yeah,
I get
I'm
it.
not saying like go out there and post your body, y'all. I'm just saying regular photos where it would just show me standing with somebody, and maybe this person is not, is a little bit bigger than me. I'm not saying fat. I'm just saying they're not the same build as me.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm now comparing. How are people going to perceive what I look like in this photo?
Okay.
And so I don't want to post it on my page because I don't want nobody to see that.
I feel like with body image, because we have thoughts and beliefs about how we look, we behave as though everybody can see the most insecure thing.
Right.
Yeah.
That like everybody can see what I'm most insecure about the moment.
Yeah.
I post that picture.
Right.
Can I ask a question? Maybe everybody can take a turn to answer this. Are you comfortable with your body? Are you comfortable with yours? And then I'll answer if I'm comfortable with mine.
Am I comfortable with my body? Yes and no. I think I've had very interesting relationship with my body throughout my 20s, or throughout the time since I left home.
Yeah.
It's about 7 years now, and I've come to learn, and I love how you were talking about how you start to follow the people who you can relate to the most. One person who Ashley Graham, love her.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to the twins.
She's been carrying them forever, though.
Forever. They need to come out.
But
Baby Exodus. Okay? Yo.
So I remember when she once posted, I don't know if it was her, but she said it said something like, loving your body when it's at the size that you want is like loving your kids only when they're well behaved. And I'm like, I want to just be that parent.
Can we take that in?
Yo, can you say it
Honestly.
again? Probably.
Loving your body when it's at the size and shape that you want it to be is like only loving your children when they're well behaved.
Oh, man.
And it hit me so much because, again, throughout my 20s, I'll be like, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna not eat and this and that. And I'll still look at myself and still be like, we're
But
not
that
there
corner,
yet.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I was like, and now the funny thing is, when I now look back at the photos that I took when, like 2-3 years ago, I'm like, oh my God, you look so beautiful. I'm like, I wish I could have this body again.
Girl.
But when I was taking
my
the photo,
God.
I'm like, oh my God, you look like a
yeah.
whale.
Yeah.
You look like a whale. And we were talking earlier about body dysmorphia.
I was once called a whale when I gained weight, yo.
Really?
By a stranger, yes.
By a stranger.
I don't take that from strangers.
Oh, man.
No.
I
You
was
didn't know that
walking by-
person.
I was walking by, I was holding like a lot of things, and that time I think my body was at that place where
Your body has never been through weird.
exactly, it hasn't been in a weird place, but I was holding like a ton of things, and I was just like walking, traveling. If you're not comfortable with your body, of course, you walk the way you behave with it. Right. It's gonna show that you're not comfortable. Right. So I'm not comfortable with the weight that I already have put on. So I'm walking with my bags, and I guess I was like closing the lane, I guess. And this man was like, "Hey, beluga, move." That's like a whale. Oh, and then when he got closer, I was like, ugh, such a whale. And then he moved about.
That makes me want to cuss, and we're on air. I can't say that.
Yeah.
That's bad.
No, that's wild.
That is bad. And I'm sorry you went through that, babe.
You went that.
I'm so sorry you went through that.
It's so terrible.
And I think you're so right. I think, number one, to that person, like you don't just go ahead and comment like that. Clearly, he was someone who was mentally ill. That's one.
I took it as that. To be honest,
he's completely
just
mentally
to
ill.
Comfort myself was like, okay.
He's mentally ill, but at the same time,
I don't want to cry myself to sleep. Who wants to do that?
Right. But
so I faked it till I got home.
Pretend.
Air hug.
But I feel like at the same time, like with what you said, where it's like, when you're already seeing yourself as one way, if one person says something that triggers or is almost insinuating
the same
that thing that your subconscious has been like repeating in your, repeating over and over to you, it's so easy to take that offense. To be like,
it feels
excuse
like
me?
Confirmation.
Yeah.
It's so terrible when you are thinking it and believing it, and then somebody confirms it. Oh my God.
Oh, bless babe.
That's terrible.
I feel so bad that you're feeling emotional about this, because I really do think you are beautiful.
We need to cut.
She has a stunning body.
You have a stunning body.
Stunning.
You are beautiful, friend.
Thank you.
Babe.
I think we need tissue.
No.
I love this.
No,
we will get you some tissue, yes. But it's do you feel like you have moved past that?
I think I'd forgotten the comment till now.
So those emotions are...
We're definitely cutting this part from the podcast.
No. And I feel like what's so interesting is I remember that phase where, like, when you were not feeling great about yourself, and back to that thing where, again, because I'm still bigger than you. I've throughout our friendship, I was always the bigger one.
Wait, now.
Listen, now maybe kind of, but because you were always the skinnier friend, every time you would comment about your body
for like 22 years of
my
life.
Every time you would comment on your body around me, I would be like, are we cutting? No. Okay. Sorry, babe.
These are important conversations.
It is.
You're not alone. Like, we've all had moments, and this is not to invalidate how you feel. I just want you to know we've all had moments where we feel less than. And sometimes you get a comment that is not even, it should never come out of somebody's mouth. No. Like, how dare he even think he can say it not just once, but twice?
I think what hit home is it was, he was just confirming what was already. It's one thing when you feel something and then your friends go like, "Nah, girl, you look great." Yeah. And then when somebody who doesn't know you already feels like they're reading your mind, dang.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think, I'm gonna go back to what I was saying about when your body started to change. I remember in my head you were still. No, actually, I loved your body change. I remember this very well because you got upset at me one day because I loved your body change, and every time you look back at your old photos and you're like, "Oh my God, I really want to go back to this." I'm like, "Babe, you look stunning like this. You look stunning like this." And eventually, she snapped at me and she's like, she said something about, "This is not what I want to be, though."
Yeah.
So in that moment, it was no longer about me trying to affirm my friend to feel beautiful in the moment, but try to understand where she was coming from. Because again, I'm like, girl, first of all, you're still smaller than I am. Number two, you look so beautiful, thick. You look, guys,
thick.
She's always been cute, but when she got thick,
I think the reason why I ended up snapping on that part was because I think sometimes in trying to affirm your friend that, hey, I'm loving this for you, you are like throwing good words that I'm supposed to receive and bandage what I'm feeling. So what I'm feeling kind of now feels kind of invalidated. Like I shouldn't feel the way I'm feeling because hey, it looks good, but does it look good to me? Though?
Yeah, I hear you. I had that experience. I think even trying to explain it to my mom, because I've always had, like I said, I've always, been one body type, but felt like I was being compared to another body type. And just trying to explain to my mom, like, listen, I don't like certain comments. And not that she was saying the comments, but I'm just trying to open up to her about what I was experiencing.
Oh, yeah.
And certain people that were saying certain things, just mother to daughter conversation.
Right.
Oh,
and
nice.
she was, she was trying to affirm me, but I felt like you were invalidating my feelings.
Right.
But at some point, she kind of understood that it's not about you affirming me or telling me that I look good. Understand where I'm coming from. Understand my mental battle with everything that I'm going through.
Oh, yeah.
Because for me, like I said, guys, the Instagram thing, I can laugh about it now, but that was a serious thing for me where I did not want to post my body. I didn't want to wear certain things.
Yeah.
I didn't want to stand next to certain people because, it further, pushes the narrative that I have in my head that I'm not desirable. I don't have that body that, should be on the internet or should be posted, or, there's something that I need to work towards. So I'm not going to post myself until I get to that point.
Right.
I'm not going to be out there until I get to that point. Yeah. And so back to your question about if I'm okay in my body, I'm slowly getting there. I'm slowly being okay being my size and understanding that my body fluctuates. I've always had hips. I mean, they're not wide, but they've been there.
Right.
But on a skinny frame. And now I'm getting to a point where my metabolism is like, listen, sis, you wanted us to slow down. We're going to slow down. And I'm the weight is catching up to me. And so now I'm trying to talk myself through this body change now because I've been used to seeing myself as a size. Y'all, listen, during the pandemic, I was not wearing jeans, okay? I was wearing sweatpants because all I was doing was going to work and coming home. And so for my birthday in November, because the pandemic started in March, so November, I went to Aritzia and I wanted these new pleather pants. I'm used to being a size 4, okay? 4 was not budging at all. 4 was like, sis, we don't know you. Try another size. And so I genuinely asked the woman, I was like, do these stretch? Do they fit small?
Stretch?
She's like, no, they're true to size. I said,
no, they're not.
Do you have another
That is
pair
a
that
lie.
I can try?
That's a
I
lie.
said, God forbid, that's not true. I tried 6. 6 was fitting a lot better, but it was still a reach.
Yo.
But that experience for me, I was like, it was weird in itself because I'm like, oh my God, I've wanted to gain weight. I've wanted to be a bit bigger. Now the opportunity has presented itself. I'm a bit bigger. And I'm like, wait, no. I still want to be a 4. I'm good with 2 4s.
Just kidding.
You're just kidding, Lord. Take it back. I don't want it. But that's what I'm saying, body image and how you relate with your body. I love what you said, that body image is how you relate with yourself in terms of your body. It changes. It's not always going to be the same. One minute you're okay being a size 2, next minute you want to be a size 6. When you get to size 6 and you're like, hold on, bring it back. I think I should work out more. I think I should, you want to change your nutrition, or sometimes the outside world is telling you who you should be and what you should look like and what is ideal. And as young girls, let's be honest, we're in the season of trying to figure out who we are, trying to date, and you want to be desirable.
You always want to look
Let's
desirable.
not lie, you want to be desirable.
Not even just for people, for yourself.
Yeah. For yourself, you want to be desirable. For the people that you're meeting, you want to be desirable. You want to seem like you have it all together. But sometimes it's okay just meeting yourself where you're at.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm good here. I'm good at this weight.
Have you ever been in a place where, maybe I'm going to speak from a point where I was size 0 for 20 20 years of my life, and then moved from 2 to 4 for like 2 more years. And then the rest of it, I found my way to size something.
Size X.
Size X.
Right.
Have you ever felt like you've walked in a room and you feel like I look like I don't have my life together because of the weight I'm carrying on my body?
It's very possible.
Yeah.
It's very possible to feel that way.
Whenever you go near a plate at a gathering or something like
Feel
that.
like everyone's looking at you.
People are looking at me like, "Ooh, so what have you been doing during this pandemic?" And you know, during the pandemic, we didn't see so many people. That's when I had my weight gain. Like, all of it just started catching. Like, all of it, most of it started coming on me.
Right.
Already, I was gaining weight slowly. But then during the pandemic, it went off.
Right.
And for me, it wasn't a case of I'm working from home. Yo, I left the house.
That's what I'm saying. We left.
I left the house. I was working 12 hours shift at a time.
Yeah.
I was working.
I
So
feel like
yeah,
everyone in the world, and hear me, we all need to forgive ourselves for panorama weight gain.
Okay,
We were in a pandemic, guys. And I was speaking to this lady the other day, and she said, do you realize that this is the time we should genuinely be like journaling things? Not because I'm reflecting on my thoughts, but the things that we're going through every day. Because at some point in time, people in history, people in the future are going to be looking back at like, in history, this person documented about going through this and then going through that and going through that. It's so normal that, you know, weight gain is going to happen. Mental health, you're going to start needing to check your mental health. And that's a whole topic on its own.
Weight gain and mental health is a whole different
They're close friends.
There.
So forgive all the pandemic weight gain. Those pounds don't count.
Yeah. I think that's like that's a year we could take out and be like, listen,
forgivable pounds.
These were special circumstances.
Under special circumstances,
but
I ended up gaining. I feel 1, 2, 3.
I know.
Okay, I feel like the time when we gained the most weight in a short space of time was when we had COVID.
Oh yeah, there was
the 10-day quarantine, y'all.
All you could do was eat.
Oh, the only entertaining thing to do was eat a Netflix.
And for some reason, I wanted to cook our traditional food so much. I had so much energy for it.
Oh yeah, she had.
I'd be in the kitchen. I'm like, girl, I got you.
Yes.
I don't know why I liked it that much. I feel like we ate more in that week than we had ever did.
Yes.
In like the 4 years at that point.
And then I spent like the rest of the year, because that happened at the beginning of the year. So I spent the rest of the year trying to get rid of that weight. And for 4 months, yo, it went nowhere. I remember I hit a place where I was running. I started running. So remember the time we started running?
Yeah,
we were like, okay, let's do 50K this month. I did more than 50K. I think that that month I did 58 to 60K. I'm like, okay, let's do this. I ran again the next month. I think I hit 80K, joined the challenge to keep me accountable.
I remember she had me in the challenge, y'all. I did not do nothing.
I joined the challenge to raise money whilst running.
Oh yeah.
I was running at an average of 60K a month. I'm moving, got a personal trainer, everything, and that weight went nowhere. Then I got to a point where I was like, you know what, it's either I keep pushing myself, getting through a calorie deficit, and my body's not changing, or you know what, I love me and I'm going to eat. I have a strong relationship with carbs, and I decided to go back to it. And during that time when I quit working out for a little bit and pushing myself the way I was pushing myself, that's when I started loving my body.
Thank you for pizza.
Come on, friend.
Yeah. What did you call it again? Body dysmorphia?
Body dysmorphia. Yeah.
Okay, y'all. So we're definitely going to make this a part 2 because this conversation is so rich and so beautiful. And there was a beautiful moment in this conversation alone where our friend shared, her heart with us.
On the touch.
Yes. And so we thank you for joining us. We thank you for listening wherever this podcast finds you. I hope it finds you well. And we hope you like, comment, subscribe, share. You might have someone, a friend, a daughter, a sister, or brother who needs to hear this conversation. conversation, or maybe use this to start a conversation with those people in your life, that your village, your family, your friends. And so we'll catch you next week. Thank you, Takoshi,
for coming
of
through.
Course.
Always. We love having her on here.
I know. Always
Thank
great
you, guys.
conversation.
Yes.
And we really appreciate you for tuning in again.
So, signing out.
See you next week.
Bye.